Kansas, a plain state, right in the middle of the USA, with the open land to the west and the more populated land to the east, and the capital of Topeka, which has been touted as one of the most affordable cities to live in the USA. With a median home price throughout the state of Kansas being only around 217,000 and the median home price in Topeka being 175,000, it would make moving to Topeka totally affordable, right? Let's take a closer look at this plain state and what it costs to actually live here. While it may seem like a no-brainer, there are still many factors to consider in the affordability quotient, and no one tells you these things. Whether you are retiring, relocating, or working remotely, you need to understand the total picture. If a retiree looks at the affordability factor, it may seem great on the surface, but currently, Kansas fully taxes income from private retirement plans such as IRAs and 401ks and out of state pensions. The state also taxes Social Security income for households with adjusted gross incomes above $75,000. So, this tax treatment is not an issue for most Kansas retirees who happen to be living off nothing but Social Security income. Their incomes would fall below the threshold of being taxed by the state. And if you were to look one state east to Missouri, Missouri exempts filers with adjusted gross incomes up to $100,000 from paying taxes on Social Security income and also offers some exemptions for private retirement plan income as well. Overall, though, Topeka's housing expenses are 24% lower than the national average. Utility prices are 5% lower. Transportation expenses like bus fares and gas prices are 7% lower than the national average. And Topeka has grocery prices that are 18% lower than the national average. Everything may seem cheap on the surface, but it isn't really. The infrastructure of Topeka is really old, and in order to pay for these things now, utility bills have been going up. With the very old infrastructure, there have been water lines bursting all around the city, and repairing the lines has been further complicated with more burst lines since city street diagrams were not updated properly. In the end, these repairs always have required immediate attention with no thought on cost or time. So these are major repairs that have cost the city a lot of money. And the money has to come from somewhere, and the only solution was to raise everyone's water bill. So Topeka has approved new water rates that will go into effect January 1st of 2024. And in 2024, the average city customer who uses an average amount of water will see a $78 annual increase to their water bill, while the average customer who lives outside of the city limit and uses an average amount of water will see a $214 annual increase on their water bill. To compound problems even further, on July 1st, 2022, Evergy, the electric company, increased its fuel and purchase power costs by 52% from 0.0289 to 0.0439 per kilowatt hour. And neither the Kansas Corporation Commission, that's the entity that's tasked with regulating the energy companies in the state, nor Evergy advised Kansas retail ratepayers of this change. So people were left holding the bag on this one. They had to pay the electric bill, and there is no other electric company to choose from within the city limit, only an alternate plan within Evergy. So either you would just pay it or freeze. In addition, year over year, the average residential natural gas rate in Topeka has increased 15.42%, from $11.67 per thousand cubic feet in February of 2022 to $13.47 per thousand cubic feet in February 2023. That's a significant jump. There have even been some Kansas Gas Service customers that said their bills doubled between December and January. The company said the high gas prices and increased usage were responsible, but the Sunflower State ranks as the 23rd most expensive state for monthly utility rates. Do you want to know the true cost of owning a car in Kansas? This can be a shock to new arrivals to the state. So while you're shopping for that new car, don't forget that in addition to sales tax on the purchase price, there will be a yearly vehicle property tax. Kansas collects 7.3% to 8.775% state sales tax on the purchase of all vehicles, and there are also local taxes up to 1%, which will vary depending on the region. So, in addition to sales tax, there is a property tax on your car. It's calculated yearly based on the make, model, and year of the car. So, the newer the car is, the more high end the car is, the larger your property tax will be. For vehicle property taxes, a study found Kansas again fell in the half of states with the highest property taxes, ranking at number 43. On average, the report indicated Kansas has an effective vehicle tax rate of 1.93%, costing Kansans with a $25,000 car about $489 in property tax on their vehicle. So now let's get into the sales tax in Kansas, which is 6.5%, and it was added on all food purchase up until this year. Prior to 2023, if you lived in Topeka in Shawnee County, this was the breakdown of the taxes collected on goods and services. You can see that cities and counties in Kansas can and do impose an additional local sales tax. However, as of January 1st, 2023, the state sales tax on food and food ingredients has been reduced from 6.5% to 4%, with the tax being eliminated by 2025. This still does not mean local and county taxes won't be collected. In 2022, it was proposed to eliminate the food tax, and it will be reduced year over year until it reaches zero in 2025. So currently, the tax has been reduced already from 6.5% to 4%. However, this does not eliminate the tax on food entirely. There are still the city and county taxes that can be collected. So, all construction materials and prescription drugs, including prosthetics and devices that are used to increase mobility, are still considered to be exempt. And while groceries are not fully tax exempt as of yet, any food that is used to provide meals for the elderly or homebound is considered to be exempt from taxes. Here I can show you a receipt I received from a local big box store on a purchase. And as you can see, the taxes on this purchase are fairly high. Now I'm going to take you one step further and we're going to examine property tax in Topeka, Kansas. So if you look at the median property tax in Shawnee County, which is where Topeka resides, it is $1,722 per year for a home worth a median value of $115,000. So Shawnee County collects on average 1.49% of a property's assessed fair market value as property tax. Shawnee County as a whole has one of the highest median property taxes in the United States. It's ranked 620th of the 3,143 counties in order of median property taxes. According to Redfin, in April 2023, Topeka home prices were up 11% compared to last year, selling for a median price of $144,000. On average, homes in Topeka sell after 5 days on the market compared to 35 days last year. There were 138 homes sold in April this year, which is down from 179 homes last year. Kansas also has a homestead exemption, but there are very specific rules to qualify. One is you have to be a resident of Kansas the entire year. You have to own your home and have an income of $50,000 or less, be age 65 or over for the entire year, be a disabled veteran for the entire year, or the surviving spouse of a claimant. And the only way you get a homestead exemption tax rebate is if your income is below $37,000 and the rebate can be no more than $700. Here is a chart that you can see how Kansas ranks, and it's in the top third of all states for the highest property taxes. I live in a small 1,000 square foot home with a detached two-car garage that has been assessed at $94,000, for which my taxes are $1,579. That is actually higher than the tax rate quoted here, So this chart is not an exact science, so just do your due diligence and know what you're getting for your money. Overall, due to the low housing prices, more people are able to qualify for home ownership in Topeka. And if you are relocating, you'll be shocked at how much house you can buy for the money. So, Topeka is a great place to start if you're looking for lower overall cost of living and affordability. I will be having more videos out about Topeka. So, if you like this video, give it a like, share, a thumbs up, and a subscribe. And I'll see you at the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.